Let's have a little heart to heart for a minute. Are you feeling discouraged by your business finances? Maybe you're looking at the numbers and you're realizing they're just not where you want them to be. I know how hard that is. I've been there, and most other business owners have been there too. It is such an emotional situation, and there is nothing wrong with having big feelings or taking the time to analyze them. But it's just as important to figure out how to address the practical aspects of the situation. It is not one or the other. There is room for emotions and logic in your business. So what does that balance look like? I recently went through this whole experience in my business and I learned a lot. Today, I'm going to walk you through how to address those feelings and how to identify practical changes that you can do to improve your profitability in this situation. So let's get comfy and talk about those emotionally challenging aspects of running a business. First, let's talk about what we mean by progress. It doesn't have to mean huge profits or consistently exceeding your goals. Even a small amount of progress is still progress. This year in January, I decided to outsource almost everything in my business. I hired a YouTube editor, a content copywriter, a virtual assistant, an online business manager, and 2 new assistant bookkeepers. So much hiring. Also during this time, I was approached to partner with someone who is very influential in our industry, and she was basically going to funnel clients for a very quick growth in my business. I know that's where my business is going to be someday, but right now I just value slow and steady growth. In the moment, it seemed very counterintuitive to turn down these multi-million-dollar projections and calculations for where my business could be, because I know that my business can eventually get there, but there was just something in my gut that was telling me that this was not for me and for the vision of my business. Then, right after I turned down that partnership, I raised my prices for the first time in 3 years. I will definitely be making an entire video on how I raised my prices and how it felt and what I did. But after I did that, I lost a lot of clients. I felt so extremely discouraged. There were so many moments where I was really emotional and honestly just questioning, what am I doing? Am I making the right decisions? All the while, I now had all of these new team member expenses. I now had lower revenue, so I was just working on really low profit and honestly breaking even. Thankfully, I had built up the cash reserves at the very end of last year, so I was dipping into those cash reserves on purpose to invest really strategically for the things that I know will help me to grow. That rhymed. Also, hiring the right people has been extremely rewarding for me and for them. Every single person in my business that's working for me is in their zone of genius. It really feels like a kid playing in a playground because they all are doing what they love to do, which takes me out of doing things that I don't love to do and I'm not the best at doing. And I feel extremely supported when everyone is doing what they love. I also want to talk a little bit about what it was like for me after outsourcing everything. So yes, I had low profit, but I wasn't really doing much outside of making these YouTube videos and answering emails and reviewing all of my lead bookkeeper's work. So there's a lot of other stuff that I'm still doing, but so much of it has now been outsourced. After outsourcing almost every single team member, every role in my business, one of the things that I was able to do was to truly realign all of my values and what I am really doing this business for. A few of those values are: health is more important than work, slow, unhurried work, but efficient work is the best and most satisfying, having a flexible schedule to spend with my kids, to take a day off if I just need to take care of myself and either work out or sit on the couch for a couple hours, and also full freedom from the toxic corporate culture. I have worked in a CPA firm where it was celebrated to work more than 60 hours a week. And I'm so thankful that I still get very satisfying, efficient, life-changing work done in a much shorter amount of time, and I still feel really good about that. So now I have taken this time to take care of myself, work on my health after many, many years of not focusing on myself. That will probably honestly be a separate video, but I'm taking care of myself. My profit is low, but I have more time to feel creative, and I have a lot of energy surrounding an offering that is coming very soon at the beginning of August. So keep your eyes open for that. I share all of my personal, vulnerable business story, all of that to say that it is okay to have these negative emotions, and it's really important to be honest with yourself. But you can't wallow in those feelings forever. You have to move forward. But it's so much easier to move forward when you have a why in your business. Why are you doing this? Again, for me, health comes before work, schedule flexibility, slow and unhurried work, and freedom from toxic corporate culture. That is my why. You have to find out what yours is too. Once you've reevaluated and made sure that your emotional needs are met, it's time to look at the nuts and bolts of your profitability. Your books will show you everything you need to know. Maybe your profit is low because your revenue is low. Or maybe your revenue spiked, but so did your expenses. Your books will show you everything you need to know. Instead of getting overwhelmed by looking at your profit and loss report, choose one aspect to focus on each month. I call these my monthly profit focus. You don't need to fix everything all at once, and those small steps count. Take 1 month to focus on one thing that prevents overwhelm and moves you forward in your business. Here are a couple examples of a monthly profit focus. First is software subscriptions. Look at all of your software subscriptions, whatever you're not using, cut it, and whatever you have, see if you can switch it to annual to save money. Another monthly profit focus could be your revenue streams. Take an entire month to look at all of your offerings, which ones are bringing you the most money and which ones are bringing you the least. I have an entire video about if you should break up with a service offering. And as you do so, take some time for the highest revenue streams to automate things for that specific offering or increase your marketing if that really truly is your bread and butter offering. Then on the flip side of the coin, it's really important to look at the service offerings that are bringing in the least amount of money and either eliminate them or give them a couple more months to see if there's anything that can make them bring in more revenue. Another monthly profit focus is team members. It is a great exercise to make an org chart, figure out each of the roles in your business and what are their tasks and responsibilities, and then evaluate if there's anywhere where you need to cut back and maybe dismiss a team member or even add a new team member too. But just remember, this is not like cutting a software subscription. These are humans and they deserve to be treated with respect and compassion when you are cutting those expenses. And another one of my favorite monthly profit focuses is evaluating your highest expenses and what their ROI is, or their return on investment. So you may be using Facebook ads, you may have just gotten branding done or a website, courses, a mastermind, so many really high expenses that we want to take the time to calculate what did it cost me and have I made that money back or has it increased my revenue since I made that investment? Choosing a monthly profit focus prevents negative feelings like frustration or discouragement from becoming completely overwhelming. Sometimes we can look at our profit and loss and feel like there's too many things to change, but just focusing on one thing each month helps tremendously. For me personally, since I shared my story here, my monthly profit focuses moving forward are increasing revenue and increasing revenue. I'm keeping all of my expenses. All of my team members are the right people in the right seats right now. So it really is up to me to become really creative with my marketing and how I can get more clients and also new service offerings. Also remember to take some time to reevaluate your values and why you started your business. Small steps make progress, and it's way easier to stick with something when you take it one thing at a time. Choose a monthly profit focus and find ways to optimize that aspect. Investment ROIs, revenue streams, time management, team structure, even bookkeeping. Bookkeeping is actually a great option for your first monthly profit focus. Once you have your books up to date, you have a really good, strong set of reports to show you what you need to do moving forward. If you want help with your books from people who genuinely care about you and your business, contact us. My team and I are all about helping you understand your business finances so you can make decisions that align with your values. We'll show you the numbers that really matter in clear, easy to understand reports. And it's people over profit, always. You can improve your profits without sacrificing your people. And if that's one of your values, we would love to help you get there. If you made it to the end and listened to my story, thank you so much for being here. If you could take the time to like and subscribe, I would love that, and I will see you here next time.